Hey guys, and welcome to my channel BitGlenn. My name's Glenn and I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. So I was actually going to do a video today regarding the different staking platforms and the different lending websites out there like Nexo and Cellulus and WireX and stuff like that, but I feel like I need to do a little bit more research and I need to actually try them out before I actually start making videos and commenting about them, doing reviews of their websites. But that is something in the pipeline. Today though, I wanted to actually go through, reply to some of your YouTube comments that you leave in the description down below. The reason for that is because I've been talking about a lot of different topics lately and it's easy for me to make a mistake or missay something or quote a time frame or a price that may be wrong, and typically people that are very interested in that coin or project are way more knowledgeable than I ever am, and they comment in the comment section down below, and obviously I read them maybe a day later or something like that, but obviously my video still stands. So I wanted to go back and really sort of auto correct myself and point out some of the points where I'd got wrong. So if you like this sort of content, smash that like button and let's get right into the video. So a lot of the comments that you read on YouTube tend to be people trying to ask for money or trying to scam you out of your cryptocurrency. So obviously I have to go through and block a lot of those. But actually there are quite a few of you out there, especially when I talk about one specific product. So say if I did a video on Hex or crypto.com or Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, there's normally people that are attracted to that video. They probably don't care so much about my YouTube channel, but they will comment and say, oh, you got that wrong, Litecoin's doing this, or Ethereum, you need to have that many to stake. And I felt like, you know, I'm trying to obviously be as transparent and honest as YouTuber as I can be. I pretty much have disclosed absolutely everything with you guys over the last 2.5 years, and I've tried to maintain that. And I thought, you know, it's very easy for someone on YouTube to say, here, look, I called this right, because it's very easy and it's nice to do that when you get something spot on. Like just recently, before the Bitcoin halving, I said, you know, once people realise a few days after the Bitcoin halving, they realise they haven't become a millionaire overnight, they're probably going to dump. I felt like, oh, I called that. But it's easy to remember the ones you got right. But what about all the things you got wrong? So I thought it was very important for me to actually share that with you guys today. So that is what we're going to do. So let's head over. This is my comment section on YouTube. Let me try and zoom in so you guys can read along with me. So you can see up the top here, I've got comments that are actually published. I've got ones that are held for review and ones that are likely spam. Now, obviously, as your YouTube channel grows, it becomes harder to keep up with all of these because you just get so much, and in the end, you have to sort of try and just mass reply or mass delete as you go along. But so this is a video I've done on using a Bitcoin ATM. That's probably my most popular video. That's the one that gets so many views, which I'm really surprised about because it was probably the video that I spent least amount of time editing and doing. Just literally went to an ATM and used the Bitcoin machine. But it seems like there's a massive interest in using Bitcoin ATM. So maybe I have actually been back to that same ATM because it's in a newsagent that I use in the town where I live. It doesn't work. The screen's cracked. You can't do anything with it. So I might have to drive somewhere else and try out maybe new Bitcoin machines. So I might have to do a bit of research, do another video on that. But I get a lot of people comment on me saying how much are the fees and what was the exchange rate, and oh, how much would it be? Can I withdraw cash from it if I send my Bitcoin to it and stuff like that? But obviously this video's like, I don't know, 1.5 years old now. Do you know what I mean? It's very hard to it's very hard when you post a video. I've obviously realized that video's there forever. Unless you delete it, it's there forever. So when people watch it, they believe you posted it that day. So they're commenting as if you just posted it that day. I know that might sound crazy, but when I watch YouTube videos, one of the first things I look at, I normally watch it on my phone, is there's a little arrow, you point on it, and it actually tells you when that video was posted. So I've got context of, you know, if someone's talking about, I don't know, the price of Bitcoin, they could be like, hey guys, today's Bitcoin's at $6,000, and you think, oh shit, is it $6,000? But obviously you view when the time was when it was uploaded, and it was like a year and a half ago. Well, that's completely irrelevant to what is happening today. So once you start talking about something, especially in cryptocurrency that moves so fast, you start talking about something in your video and you post it, people are still going to see it 3 years later. You know, so I think there's maybe I need to do something with maybe putting a date or a time on my video so people know, oh right, this is a year and a half old. But he said, this is Mosh, he said, really like the video, you speak good bro, no homo. Awesome. I love the Lonely Island reference there. I love those guys. Beer with Bit Glenn video. John said congrats, so thanks for that, mate. I appreciate it. Rick says this is nothing. We had a 73% drop back in February, and it was just a correction with little fist pumps. That is the video. Hex is going to zero. So actually, oddly enough, this is a difficult area for me. I've talked about Hex now in a good 3 or 4 videos, and I'm not trying to shill or ram Hex down anyone's throat, and I don't want my channel to become a Hex heavy channel. That's not what, you know, I could say that about any coin. I'm not like, oh, I only talk about Ethereum, which, you know, some people do. And I sort of chatted with a YouTuber that I did a live stream with recently, and I said to him, like, look, you're focusing your channel just purely on Hex, which means you're going to get a mass amount of interest and fan base around Hex. You will grow very quickly, because I've learned that online people only want to hear and see what they want to hear and see, if you understand what I mean by that. So if, say for example, someone is overweight, they don't want to hear someone else saying you're overweight. They don't want to hear that. So they will block out every conversation involving food and what they eat and their diet and stuff like that. They will try to avoid it. And that's the same online. If you have invested in Hex, all you want to hear is why Hex is going to the moon. You don't want to hear anything else. So that's not really me, because I'm more sort of straight cut down the middle, honest, transparent, and people don't like that. They'd rather me just be like, yeah, Hex is going to the moon, it's going to go to $1, yada yada yada. But this guy makes a good point. There was a 73% correction in Hex. I'm sure there'll be many more. We may be in a 70% drop now. So if you're interested in Hex, it's a good time to probably invest in, because the price has gone back to what it was maybe a month ago. And there was people at the time, which I'm sure we'll see one of the comments, saying, Glenn, when's the best time to buy in? And I was thinking, well, it's an all-time high. I can't say that. I can't say to someone, yeah, invest now, because it's all-time high. So I would say now's probably a good time because it's dropped so much. But who knows? You have to stake MCO 6 months, not 3. Thank you, Torben. So in this video here, where I said crypto cards now coming to Europe, I made a comment about having to stake the MCO token to get the Ruby Steel card, and I said 3 months, but apparently it is 6 months. So there's one mistake that I've made that I'd like to correct myself on now on video. So thank you very much for that feedback, Torben. Dap FOMO says, make another MetaMask and use your own referral link and get 30% more. So with the Hex platform, you can do that. The idea is that you refer yourself. And that way you're getting the 10% that everyone would get. So if you use my link down below and you buy Hex, you get 10%. But I get 20%. I used to think it was 10. I thought you got 10, I got 10. But it's not. Apparently I get 20. So if I was to refer myself, I would get 30% extra on my token. So that's a way of doing it. It's a bit cheeky, so maybe bending the rules a bit, but it can be done. Great video, bro. Keep them coming. FYI, cashback for card payments is paid out in MCO, not CRO. So yeah, I get really confused when I'm talking very quickly on these videos and I'm just reeling off, obviously, everything that's going on. I said CRO token, but I should have said MCO token. This has become more apparent to me over the last few days. I have now started to use my crypto.com card. I've actually got it on me now as my day-to-day use card. I'm just going to the shops and transferring X amount of money. So on this card, actually, I transferred about £300 onto it the other day, and I went and did shopping with my daughter. I said pick out whatever clothes you want, because the store were doing 25% off all clothing. So she went and picked loads of clothes. It came to like 250 quid. I bought the wife and kids, and I bought new shoes and everything, so you can all imagine how much that racked up to be. Anyway, when I paid, I got a notification straight away on my phone saying you have now earned, and it was something like to Sainsbury's, which is a big chain in the UK, big supermarket, and currently they're doing until June, so I've got, I think, about another month of this left, 10% as cashback rewards. Now you get this in US dollar equivalent of MCO. So I missaid that on my video the other day, so again, apologies. But you don't get CRO, you get MCO. But regardless, I don't think it matters too much, because within the app you can just exchange between CRO and MCO pretty much instantly. So I don't think there's too much harm caused. But I spent £234 and I received £28.73 as a US dollar equivalent cashback, which is about £23.50 in UK money. So I got that straight onto my card instantly. So that was awesome. And then I later had to go back into Sainsbury's to buy something else, and again got 10%. It was about 20 quid's worth, so I got $2. So I earned, all in total, this is today, $30 worth of MCO as cashback rewards. Now in the app you can actually just go over to the exchange side of it, and you can sell the MCO for GBP and put it straight into your fiat wallet. So you could literally earn cashback rewards and then transfer them into your fiat wallet, I believe, unless someone comments down below saying no, you can't do that anymore. So thanks for that, Gilliam. I can't pronounce that, sorry. Hex OG, I like it. That was from Meal Poco. Filmer Guy says, good chat guys, you can now load your MCO card with your debit card for free. So yeah, I did a video complaining that I couldn't use MCO, do direct payments, but I corrected that now with the video here, crypto.com. So again, thanks for pointing it out to me. Have you got a video on how to buy and stack or just use Hex? It seems a bit convoluted for newcomers. Yeah, the Hex platform is a bit complicated. It can be quite daunting, I think is the right word. There's a lot going on there. You've got the staking, the claiming, the referrals, the transform, uniswap, and I did say that in my video when I very first talked about Hex. I said they could probably restructure their website. It seems like a lot of these cryptocurrencies, like MCO as well, I found that as well. There's too much going on in such a small space. It can actually be quite confusing and daunting. Someone's commented saying Final Fantasy 8 and 7, my favourites. Yeah, so I have the Final Fantasy 7 and 8s in the background there. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on that. I'm surprised you could see that, because when I look at my videos, unless you're watching it on a big screen, I can't see them in the background. So good spot in there. I like when people like you are skeptical and want to know where they are investing in. We should be aware of one thing. We are voting with our money, which crypto project is gaining power and attention. Web 3.0 is built on your actions. Thanks for the informing. Some really powerful statements there, Crypto Learn. I completely agree with you. Whenever I've talked about any project, I've always said only invest what you're willing to wake up and realize it's gone to zero. Like the amount of money you put in there, if it's going to stress you out to the point where you have to check the price 5 times a day, 10 times a day during the night, you've put in too much money. You've stretched yourself, because you're that invested that now not only is it eating your money, it's eating your time and actually probably your mental health. So yeah, you should always put in an amount of money that you're willing to lose. I know that doesn't mean that if it does go to the moon, you haven't made mad gains. You know, you've got to think, is it worth it, really? Some people are losing sleep and time, and you know, some people have commented to me in the videos, you know, saying I've lost my wife, she's taken the kids because I invested all our life savings. You don't want to be in that position. That's more than money. That's like life or death types scenarios you're talking there, because there are a lot of people out there that commit suicide. So only invest what you're willing to lose. And what Crypto Learn is right is that you're voting and your buying power is the money that you're willing to put in. These crypto projects are nothing without people's investments. They're nothing. They're just theories and hypothetical coins. That they're nothing until people will buy and exchange it. So you know, you have to sort of really be like, this is the project I really like, and I want to be a part of this one. And that is how I felt with Hex. I felt like I want to be a part of this, you know. So I don't care if the price goes up or down. But there you go. Ace says Hex is not a scam. So Ace is coming to the defence there. I agree. Wow. Hex. Moon. Probably not so much now. The people who say scam call everything a scam. It's a defence mechanism because you never take a risk you can't be scammed. The skill or experience is doing your best to decipher the real projects from the scams. I just took the free Hex and it's up in value, so I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, with any of these projects, if you're claiming free coins, whether that's through a airdrop or, you know, this one in particular, you have to show that you had a Bitcoin address on the 3rd of December. There's no investment from you whatsoever. It's literally just you're clicking on saying you're receiving free coins, and whether it's a scam or not, you don't care. Now, that freedom, that sort of like weight lifted off your shoulders is how I would like to see everyone that watches these videos. That's how I would like you to feel. So if you're a multi-millionaire, yeah, you could probably put 10 grand into a platform, and if it goes to zero, you're not going to really lose sleep over it, or you might be able to recoup that cost back by some other investment that you make with that sort of money. If you're someone who only has £500 in the bank and you put in 250 in a project and it goes to zero, you know, that could be the difference between whether you can afford to eat or not eat towards the end of that month. So you really need to think about what is a sum of money that you don't mind losing, and if you invest that amount, you can never lose in the cryptocurrency game. I'm telling you that now. You can't lose. If it goes to zero, you don't care. If it goes to £1 million, happy days. There's nothing to stress about. So even if it's a small amount of money regularly, weekly, monthly, and I know there's a lot of FOMO. A lot of cryptocurrencies are like, yeah, but if you don't do this now, you're going to miss out. And you think, oh shit, I'm going to miss out. But don't worry, if it's a good enough project, it will still be around the following year and the year after and the year after. A bit like Bitcoin, yes, it may have a run up to 100,000, and people might think, oh my god, I haven't got £10,000 involved in Bitcoin, so I could be a millionaire like next month. But it's probably going to have a 70 to 80% retracement at some point, and it's going to go back down to $20,000. So you'll have your chance again. Just try not to FOMO in. Try not to be bigged up by the hype machines. The Dirty Cat replied to that comment saying, this is what I said recently. They just don't want to take a risk, and rather than sit on the sidelines and try and act like real smart, yet all they are doing is all repeating what each other are saying. People who are successful in life do not sit around on social media calling things a scam. This is a longer comment than I thought. Successful investors and people that own successful businesses never sat around all day on social media talking about scams, bad investments, and calling other people idiots. They actually did their research, took the risk. I recently left a crypto Facebook page because they just sat around trying to work out which crypto is most likely to lose all your money. I told them they would never be successful and make money with that mindset, and left their stupid group. Ooh. The Dirty Cat, he is spot on there. One day I was doing the washing up, and me and my wife, we have a child minding business together, so we look after other people's kids while they go to work. And I was doing the washing up, and I think after I'd done the hoovering, and I got into a routine of doing the same thing every day. And I sort of stopped, and I said to myself, you know, because I've always been not an entrepreneur, if you like, but always tried to think outside the box and tried to increase my wealth. And I used to be a car salesman, and all I thought about was sales, and it almost ate me alive. Like, took up all my time. Even when I came home, that's all I talked about. I was like, oh babe, I only need 2 more cars, and then I hit this multiplier, and then this and this and this. And my wife used to just be like, oh right, yeah, like, and no matter, one month I did hit it. I hit the jackpot. I hit every single KPI. If you don't know what KPIs mean, like, I hit every target. And things got all multiplied and everything. And I had to have a meeting with the area manager, because my payslip was something like, it was about £9,000 in 1 month. And I was like, oh my God, this is the happiest I've ever been. And I got the money. I got taxed. I was in the 40% tax bracket. So I got taxed something like £3,000 of it. So I was down to 5. My normal bills, just my normal day-to-day living costs, came to about 2. So then I was down to 3, and I think I paid off, at the time I was going through a divorce and going through court with my kids, so I had to pay about 1,000 off that, and I owed some money on, I think, on a credit card or something. I paid that off, and then I think I had about £800 left. Me and my wife went shopping, and then that was that gone. So literally within the space of like 3 days it had gone, and I was back to square one. I was like, oh. Now I sort of said to my wife, I said, I'm never going to be rich, or not rich but wealthy. And she was like, why'd you say that? I was like, because I'm just doing the same thing day in, day out. I'm not doing anything risky. Like, you have to, at some point, whether it's setting up a business, renting a premises, you have to take that leap of faith. You have to be like, oh, if I rent this studio or apartment or whatever it may be, am I going to earn the £2,000 a month that it is to pay the rent, gas, electric, water, council tax, and all those sort of things? Are you going to get enough customers? Is anyone going to claim their money back? You know, you have to, at some point, take those risks, and self-employed people understand this more than anyone else. But there is a correlation between the people that do take those type of risks, that do actually become self-employed. They drive around in nice cars. They tend to move house quite quickly and sort of upgrade their house, which means then their house goes up in value, which means they've then increased their wealth. And there are a lot of self-employed people that do it all wrong and actually say, oh, do you know what, this isn't for me. I can't stand the chasing of the money. I'm just going to go back to a day-to-day job. So this all goes back to, I've talked about it in a video, and sorry I'm rambling, but I feel like this is a really important life lesson. It's all about your appetite for risk. If your appetite for risk is very low, put your money in the bank. The risk is low. There is a risk, but it's very low. Put your money in the bank. Get the 1% interest a year. It's you're almost guaranteed to be able to go to the bank and withdraw it the next month, the next year, 10 years time. If appetite for risk is a bit higher, invest in a new business. Maybe get involved in the stocks and shares market. I mean, that's just had a 30% retracement, but it's bounced back pretty well. And typically over a long period of time, it has steadily grown between 4 to 10% year on year. That is slightly more risk, but obviously the rewards are slightly better. If you want to increase that risk further, step into the cryptocurrency game, invest in maybe, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum. If your appetite for risk is higher than that, you've got casinos and you've got altcoins. So depending on where you are on that scale, you work out how much money you're willing to lose, and you have a strategy, and you also work out your exit strategy. Right, if this goes to this, I'm going to withdraw the money out. I'm going to take 10% profit out per month, per year, or whatever. Have an exit strategy, and as long as you stick to that strategy, you can't lose. You can't lose. That's my theory behind it. The dirty cat, true. Although the research into what will lose you money is just as valuable as the research into what will make you money. It is important to have both. It's important we don't get blinded by either negativity or positivity. Being positive about a bad... That's the end of that comment. At Be Good says, me too, I agree. What you need to look at is the good and the bad things in investment, and that's why people are clearly just trying to work out with crypto what is most likely to lose money instead of looking for what's the best one. If I want to invest, I will always start by... It's annoying, it's not letting me read the rest of the comment. Damn you, YouTube. But yeah, when you're looking at a project, weigh up the goods, weigh up the bads, and in the middle somewhere there's the truth. Don't forget the 10% cashback on most supermarkets. So yeah, I did do a video about that, Matt Collins. Thank you for pointing that out. The main ones in the UK are... think Lidl, Sainsbury's and Tesco's. If you shop at any of those, you have to get one of these MCO cards. The link is in the description down below. If you get the metal card, you receive $50 free put onto the card worth of MCO. I'm gonna say David Howard, he's been commenting on my videos for ages, so thanks David. He says, great coverage as always, keeping us all up to date with Hex and other crypto related news. So yeah, thanks for that, Dave. I really appreciate it. Oh look, it's like YouTube know what I was gonna say. Very good Hex coverage, thank you. I tried to be as honest and transparent as I can be. Jed left XRP after falling out with its now competitor XLM founder, so of course he's selling his old XRP. You would do the same. Nothing to do with XRP. Now newbies FUD only. R-Star. I'm glad I've got your comment because I actually read this, but I think I read it wrong at the time. I think what you're trying to say is Jed has left XRP and is now working with or for competitor XLM. So therefore, to not have a conflict of interest, he's selling his XRP. I still believe though that XRP, if the person who helped build it and created it, one, has left, and second, is selling the token. If you made something and you honestly believed that it was going to go up, you would just, for the sake of it, keep hold of them. If you're selling them now for a profit, when the price is very low as it is, and you're compounding that by having a lot of sell pressure on the other people that are also trying to hold on to XRP, you're not helping anyone in the space. So I just don't agree with it. I just don't like XRP. Full stop. Honest look at Hex. Good job. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Swap or Squap. I can't pronounce that. This bloke, McCormack, thinks he's a journalist. Spent an age throwing insult at the end of it. He looked a goose. Was shown up to have done no research about this subject, and most importantly, he learnt nothing. What's the bloody point? If he's a journalist, then that craft is in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I did a bit of research on this McCormack after that video that I'd done, and I was chatting with someone and they said, oh Glenn, you don't know the backstory. The reason that McCormack, he says that he doesn't recommend trading to anyone, and that he thinks most people will lose money, and it's one of the biggest, I don't know, like money losses in the game. He doesn't recommend it to anyone. Went to his video, and the first thing he talked about in his video was it Kraken or something? He said, you know, he's got an advert. This video is sponsored by Kraken, one of the best platforms to day trade and do margin trading, yada yada yada. But then someone said to me, oh, you don't realise that Kraken actually sponsored him or paid for his lawyer fees when he was getting sued for calling Craig Wright a liar, not being the real Satoshi. And I said, yeah, okay, fair enough. But at some point, he's accepted that offer. Kraken have said to him, like, look, do you mind mentioning us in your videos if we sponsor? So either way, he's taken that money and he's promoting them. But then he also believes that they'll lose money. So I don't know, it's a bit contradicting, well-researched manner. And that's Tone Vase with his lawyers saying that Hex was a complete scam. But even they started not to come round to it. I know Tone Vase is pretty much Bitcoin maximalist all through and through. But even he was like, right, okay, yeah, no, I see what you're doing there. And yeah, okay, I can understand why you're saying this, because you don't want to break this rule or this regulation. But I still think your coin's a scam because you hold all the coins to it. So that's fair enough. But I feel Richard Hart held his own in that interview. He'd done really well. So thank you for that comment. It was a really good one. Casino Showdown says, hope UK fellows get the options to deposit GBP by bank. In Germany, bank deposit, it can take around 10 to 30 minutes. So for us here, it's a huge plus to top up by bank. Well, actually, our ones, now that they've just introduced this new debit card option with no fees, I was in the supermarket today, and when I made that big purchase I just showed you a minute ago, I didn't actually have enough money in my account, and I just went on there and clicked top up. It said, how much do you want to top up? I think I needed to only put in like 20-30 quid, so I put in like £30, clicked enter, and then it said load in, and then it said your top up is now successful. So it was literally 10 seconds, and then I paid for it there and then. Like I put the card in, did the chip and pin, paid for it. So Crypto Steve says, as said in Telegram, this gives more confidence in CDC. Great video, mate. Yeah, Crypto.com, one of the highest insured cryptocurrency projects out there at the moment. The Nexo websites, they boast, we have $100 million insurance policy. Crypto.com has $360 million insurance policy. So they are really sort of like setting the bar for how much a cryptocurrency should be covered by. Dusan says, hi everyone, after finding Brave to replace Google, I found Library to start replacing YouTube. Earn Library tokens for making a good platform grow and start replacing Google and YouTube with Brave Library. Follow me on blah 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 Library. I will do, mate, actually. When I've got Library loaded up, I'll click your link and I'll give you a follow. Here we go, first scam comment. Hey. Elizabeth Richard says, hello friends, are you looking for a trustworthy trader on Bitcoin, binary, Forex options, yada yada. I'm not even going to read the rest. Let's remove that. Damn it. These scam comments, they get more and more sophisticated. It ain't until you click the view more bit until you realise, oh yeah, it's a scam. If you ever see any of these comments here where they talk about how an amazing trader or a trading bot has doubled their crypto or whatever, they're going to ask you to send them some form of cryptocurrency at some point, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. And when you do, that's it. You'll never hear from them again. So let's remove that comment. Library is cool. Sometimes buggy. The app is constantly getting updated. I would recommend to buy at least $20 worth of Library and add this to your stake of your latest video. I couldn't figure out how to do the staking on the videos. I sat there for a good 20 minutes the other day and it wouldn't let me do it. So I thought, oh, do you know what? Sod this. So I just left it. Code transfer $50. I think that's his own referral code for crypto.com Visa's card. All thanks to 247hackingservice.com. I got mine done with them. They are good, fast and reliable. How to double up your Bitcoin instantly video. That was actually using the Nexo lending platform where you can borrow 50% of the token. Interestingly enough, Nexo, you can borrow more than 50% because theirs is done on an algorithm. It's not actually by a set percentage. But it works out to be something like 52.8%. So I know it's not a huge amount, but it's an extra 2.8% that you can borrow against Bitcoin. But obviously you need to bear in mind when you do that, if the price of Bitcoin drops 50%, you're going to be in a negative balance at some point. You're going to owe them money back. And that is when they sell your Bitcoin for you instantly. So you have no say in the matter. And you end up losing your whole Bitcoin, whatever it is you've deposited to it. Yesterday I couldn't watch a video at all. Keep getting a red message, failed to blah blah blah. I'll keep checking back on it because he actually took the effort to write blah blah blah. That makes me laugh. I'll keep checking back on it because, like anything, I think it is meant to be used on a sort of computer or laptop, the actual library software. Someone did say you could use it on your phone, but it's very glitchy, so I've just never tried, to be honest. If you look at YouTube back in the early days, YouTube was very glitchy. YouTube had no real good marketing. It was the fact that it was one of the best places to watch funny videos, really. So yeah, they've got a bit to work on, I think. Hey Glenn, I got my crypto.com card a few weeks ago. Works a treat. I'm using it every day. If you want to get fiat to your fiat wallet, try exchanging pounds for euros and then transferring the euros via Revolut. The gift card thing is super useful. I bought stuff from Argos and Tesco's using gift vouchers and got an extra 2% back in CRO straight away. Buying crypto with a debit card has been easy too. My Lloyd's credit card charged me £55 cash fee, but my Halifax debit card was fee free. Anyone who wants to get $50 of MCO, go to and use his referral code. Fair enough. Someone's commented, sorry I can't read whatever language that is. It's a great card, but without the GBP wallet, the faster payment system is all a bit pointless. Selling coins and swapping coins on the app is really annoying with no GBP wallet. Come on, crypto.com, get it together, please. Remember, if you have to pay to load, you are wiping out your cashback. And how can you get your money out of the site without it costing you? Yeah, so that's a really good point, Filmer Films. They've been commenting on my videos for a little while now, so I really do appreciate that. They're spot on there. When you're only talking about the 2% cashback rewards, if you're say you're buying £10 worth of Bitcoin, and then that costs you £1 in the exchange fee for doing that, and then you send it over to your fiat wallet, and then you're doing the exchange from Bitcoin back into fiat, and that costs you another £1 or £1.10 or whatever. Well, if you go and spend that £10, you're gaining 2% back as cashback rewards, but you've just spent 20% trying to top up the account. So luckily we haven't got to worry about that now, because you can top up directly from your debit card. Now, going back to these, we're going back through older comments now, over a week old. The main point that I want to bring to this is that I wanted to correct some of the mistakes that I've made recently, just point them out, just so everyone's like, okay, you know, Glenn can admit when he's wrong, and he can also admit when he's right. I have no issues with that. And I have no issues with people calling me out, saying I'm a shiller, I'm a scammer. I didn't mention this properly, I didn't mention that, because that's, if I understand how those people were thinking of me, I can either change or defend what it is that I'm doing. So one of the comments that I got the other day, which I haven't come across it yet, was really aggressive. It was like, so this one here, he's commented twice about mining, and he says here, if you listen to this guy, you will lose your money. Bitcoin started at 0.3 cent in 2009, not in 2014. If you consider the coins you are showing as pump and dumps, then Bitcoin is the king of pump and dumps. Hey, you need to do more research before going on about pump and dumps. And you also need to learn TA before reading charts to people, because you have no clue. I actually agree with everything that this CBC Big Ruck one is saying here. I absolutely agree with him. Couple points that I want to make though. One, I wasn't offering anyone technical analysis. I clearly state in every single video I do, whenever I talk about a chart or the price of something, I say, I don't offer any technical analysis because, one, I don't know how to do it at all. Second, I actually think TA is a load of crap. I honestly believe that technical analysis is a load of rubbish. I have followed loads of people on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, all offering technical analysis advice. And essentially, what most people end up saying is, oh, let's wait until the close of today. Let's wait for the next 4 candles. Let's wait to see what happens in the next day or two. And we'll know then if the price is going to go up or down. Well, duh. Like, if I wait until the price goes up, then at some point I'm right. If I say on a video, the price of Bitcoin is going to go down, I just have to wait a couple of days. When it drops 5%, and I go, I told you, I was right. And obviously with video editing, there's a very easy way to edit that to make it look like you're always right. That's why a lot of people on Twitter, they tend to get lots of people screenshot their quotes or predictions, and then when they get it wrong, people send them that image back and say, look, you got this wrong, you said this on this date. So I actually think TA is a load of crap. I really do. I even the traditional markets, I see experts talking about, oh yeah, the price of the airline stocks are going to go back up because of this, this and this, and then it doesn't. And then I hear them say, oh, there's someone that I watch, I won't mention his name, but there's someone I watch that I feel like I trust on YouTube. I feel like he's a genuine guy. And even he was like, I'm cashing out all my stock. I'm just in complete cash. And then the stock market went up for like 2 weeks straight. So he's like, oh, fuck, I've lost all this money. So, yeah, I don't pretend to even know. But the point I was trying to make is, if you look at the way that Hex is going up and then retracting but continuing to go up, that is very different to what people are referring to, as you've seen in this video already in a lot of the comments, pump and dump. Pump and dumps tend to look like zigzags going along a straight line. And that's the point I was trying to make. And someone in my Telegram group chat was like, how dare you compare it to Bitcoin? I had to give the video a thumbs down. I'm sure PJ knows who I'm talking about. I said to him then, I wasn't saying Hex is the next Bitcoin. Hex is just like Bitcoin. I wasn't saying Hex has the same qualities or is as decentralized. I never said any of those things out of my mouth. It's very easy for me to say, oh, look, let's look at this. And let's look at this. And people are like putting words in my mouth. Someone the other day commented, and I think he was just having a bit of banter, but Crypto Coffee, I did a video with him. Really nice guy. Really enjoyed chatting with him. It was my first live stream, so I thank him for helping me out with that. Because now I've done a video with him, people were associating me with him. Got no issue with that. He says something, people then assume, oh, that means Glenn either agrees with it or Glenn said that. That is not the case. Worse than that, someone commented on Crypto Coffee's videos in one of these YouTube comments, like I'm going through with you guys now, And people tied that to me. They said, oh, Glenn must agree with what this random person's comment says on this other person's YouTube channel. Somehow comes back to me because I talked to this man over a week ago. So it's just really crazy. And obviously I'm learning this as I go along. People putting words into my mouth. Now, going back to talking about some of these videos, like say this Z9 one. Someone's commented here saying, what was the end result? Well, I posted that video, like I say, about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago. And I said, no, it's not worth it anymore, blah, blah, blah. Because he commented this 16 hours ago. So today, he's watching my Z9 mini video. And he's thinking, oh, God, this guy's making $50 a day profit. I better buy one. Well, yeah, a year and a half ago. Like, but it's not today. So again, you're judged on what you said in the past, even though it has no relevance to today. So I have to be careful with that. And this really brought it to my attention. And I must say, actually, what inspired me to do this video was Superman. Superman is someone who has reviewed altcoins on YouTube now for a good few years. He got into cryptocurrency well before I did, but actually some of these videos are a bit questionable because he started off talking about how Donald Trump's going to become president, which obviously was spot on. He talks about how he's created a Udemy class within 90 days, and then you can tell that he obviously started doing cryptocurrency videos, and then it's all like how to become a millionaire, how to make all this money, even though he hasn't done that feat himself. So I don't know, he might be a millionaire actually saying that. I stand corrected on that. What is interesting is that now he's been brushed with this sort of shiller mentality, because obviously he was shilling loads of different altcoins every day and getting paid by them altcoins in their token or Bitcoin to talk about that platform. Now, I don't think there's any issue with talking about projects. There's a fine line between talking about a project and selling. If I am paid by a project to talk about it, I have to do what's best for the viewership, but also you have to do what's right by the person paying you for that service. You can't do both. If one of them appears to be a scam, or doesn't have the backing that it should, or the experience that it needs, you can't say that. You have to tread very carefully. He obviously, I think, just did whatever. Anyone who offered him money, he talked about it. That's my personal opinion. I've got nothing to back that up. But in one of these videos, he's just recently come back. He actually went away from cryptocurrency for a while. So if we go over to his videos and sort by newest, he actually done a couple of videos saying, oh, that's it, it's the end, I'm leaving YouTube and all that. This is all 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 2 months. He was doing one video a month, and then for a couple of months, nothing. Then all of a sudden, he started doing videos again. No issue with that. I did that. No issues with it. I never said I was leaving YouTube, but I did have a break when I got into loads of debt and I had to sell my laptop. And in the end, I just had my phone and the videos weren't very good, so it put me off talking on my phone. But anyway, obviously Superman has all these videos from like 2-3 years ago, or even last year, talking about different altcoins, like how it's going to make you rich. And the video for this one is slam dunk crypto will make you millions in 12 to 18 months. So he's really selling that. He's not saying let's have a look at my new altcoin, let's review the altcoin. He's not saying that. He's saying it will make you a millionaire in 12 to 18 months. It will definitely make you a millionaire. So that's something that's wrong in the first place. But then in the video, one of the commenters in his video says, what do you think about Dragon Chain? And he basically just says, no, you're an idiot. Dragon Chain has gone to zero and it's never going back. But yet, he's the one that was talking about Dragon Chain in his videos from previous years. But I don't know if Superman realises this, like I've realised over the last few days, that people watch your old content as if you posted it that day. Now, you could say, well, that's their fault and they're idiots or whatever like that, which I think he pretty much does in this video. He says you're an idiot. But I don't think that's doing a justice to the people that are looking to get into the space. If there's another altcoin season, say this summer or even next summer because of coronavirus, whatever, people are going to search altcoins that are going to make me rich, or altcoins 10x or whatever, and they're going to find his content. But they may not realise when they go down, and they click on the little show more, or wherever it is it tells you on this one. Well, even I can't find it. I can't find where it tells you when this was posted. Normally on your iPhone, it's normally either here or you click show more and it will say this video was posted on this date. But I can't see it anywhere. That's a bit of a shame. So that's going to make it even harder for people. People are going to watch your content. If they're watching it on a laptop or computer, they're not going to be able to tell whether it was posted a year ago or 2 days ago. So when he's doing these videos saying, oh yeah, Dragon Chain's going to go to this, this and this, he doesn't realise that in 2 years' time, someone's going to find that video and think, oh yeah, it's going to go to this, this and this. But it's not. It's not. Let's have a look.
It's not something I would bother with, anymore. Not saying. Not saying. Nash is a dex to get into? No. Like, alright, look. Literally, the chat is blowing my mind. It's so stupid. Dragon Chain. It's like, come on. Dragon Chain and Icon and things like that have had their time. Like, it doesn't take a genius to go and look at charts like this, right? This is the problem. Like, people thinking, oh, it hit this once before, and because it's down here, when it hits this, it's going to make me 100x or 1000x. It's just like, no, it's not. It's just not. No one cares about these shit coins. It's like, people say, oh, Disney, oh, partnerships. It's like, so what? Like, what was it? Yahoo or whatever?
Hopefully that makes my point. He's obviously talked about Dragon Chain and LTO network or whatever it was a year or two ago. And now people are commenting saying, is this still going to make me money? Because they're thinking of getting in today. So this is important for me. I think I'm going to do a video like this. Maybe not so long. This has been like an hour-long video. But maybe doing a video just going through the comment section. Maybe once a month. Maybe once every couple of months. Just actually going through and saying like, look, this is what people have commented. I got this wrong. And I'm sorry I shouldn't have said this. Or I'm correcting myself. Just so that there is that level of transparency, and for me, that way, I'm learning as well. I now know that you get MCO token and you have to stake for 6 months, not 3 months. So I've learned something there, and a lot of people will comment saying, this guy's a noob, he doesn't know. That's right, don't ever trust a YouTuber. Like, that's just a given. Really, our videos are meant to be consumed for entertainment, not financial gain and advice. I never ever offer any financial advice to anyone watching any of my videos. You should watch this for entertainment purposes, and if you find technical analysis interesting and entertaining, then that's what you should watch. But if you want to make your own financial decisions based off of what a YouTuber is telling you, you have to look into why are they talking about it, what are they getting out of it, how does this affect my relationship with what I'm watching? You have to think that. I've tried to only mention projects that I've personally invested in. We don't know if this person here, and I'm not picking on just him, there's loads of YouTubers that do it. There's a lot of YouTubers that will go, top 10 altcoins of 2020. These are my top picks. Oh, thingy, because they're partnering with this. And they're just reading bullet points. But have they invested in it? Are they receiving something for it? Are they getting a cashback? Are they getting a referral link? You have to ask yourself all of these things. Now, the only two things that really I have referral links for, I think if you go to my comment section down below, I have my social medias on there, so Telegram and Twitter. I have a Bitcoin address where you can leave tips if you want to. And then I have Hex, because if you go to Hex by yourself, you don't get anything extra. You just buy what it is on the day. If you use my link, you get an extra 10%. So I'm doing you a favour as much as you are doing me a favour, because obviously I get a kickback as well. If you go over to crypto.com like I did, you follow the link, you do it all on the website, you get nothing given to you for free. Nothing. But if you click my link in the description down below, you get $50 for free. I get $50 for free. But you see what a pattern there. you're getting something out of it. And I think going forward, this is important to me. I've just been contacted by someone called, they might not want me to disclose this, but I tried to disclose everything with you guys. This one here, this Dar or Trustria, I don't know if they're a scam or not. I haven't looked into them, but they have asked. They've said they've got a Visa card and they're FCA regulated, so that's a good start. But they're offering that you can go and spend money on, and they said that if I would like to partner with them, that I could get basically I get a reward for every person that signs up to the card. Normally, I think if you refer a friend, you get €5, but I think they're offering me like €20 or something like that. And they've said they wanted me to do a Skype call with them. I haven't done it yet because I'm still umming and ahhing whether I can trust them or not. But if they offer a really good product that works and I can actually get a card. So what my plan was to actually go through the process, sign up, get the card, put some money on it, deposit it, and then cash it out and see if I can actually get the money out. If I can do that whole process and it works, then yeah, I'll gladly work for him. But one of the things I want to say to him is, can we not do some sort of reward thing where instead of giving me €20, I get €10 for everyone I sign up and they receive €10, you know, just so that you guys get something out of it as well. So I need to have that chat with them. And obviously make sure that they're not a scam. But that's the sort of level of detail that obviously I go through with my transparency and my honesty on this channel. People like others, I'm not picking on just him. It's only because he started doing videos again the other day and I saw that and I thought, oh my god, like it just irritated me. So yeah, that's what you're getting from me. If you appreciate that, please smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button. I'm sorry this is a long video and I'm not actually talking about any project in particular, but at least that way people that are in the comment section are actually getting their time to shine as well. I do a lot of live videos where basically the people that come into the live chat, they get a little spotlight because they're commenting and I'm replying to all their feedback and we're having a bit of banter bouncing off each other. But I feel like the people that really miss out are the people that comment in the comment section down below. I very rarely see YouTubers actually showing all their comments, mostly because they're probably negative. But actually, if you read my comment section, they're normally really helpful. There's a lot of people that watch my content that say, actually, you said this wrong, or you've done that wrong, or I believe this. And I actually find that really interesting. So keep commenting all your comments, keep giving me your feedback, point me out when I've done something wrong or negative. I'd love to hear from you. You can also find me on Telegram or Twitter, either Team BitGlenn or just BitGlenn. And that's it from me, guys. I'm going to wrap this up and try and edit this down to about a 40-minute video. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video from myself. Bye, guys.